continue. Max the gas, speed up. I won't ease up, and I don't mean to flex, but I can't keep up. Let him get next, cause we up. Telling you now, that boy, he tough. Still down, G's up. And I'm hungry for success. Give me my plate, I'm gon' eat up. For real. If they ever tried to play, you tell them, put that on pause. Show the world what I'm about. Reason why I wrote the song. If them say they ballin', don't you do that I wrong. Remember, it's money over. Keep your family over. Let's get the money. The bands, the rings, the cash. Whatever it's called. Let's get it all. These haters, these lanes, these snakes, these... Show this not a ball. Let's get the paper, the skrilla, the loot, the guap. Whatever it's called. Let's get it all. These haters, these lanes, these snakes, these... Show this not a ball. Mama mad because son ain't go to college. I told her, mama, let's not worry, cause I got it. Money is the object. I gotta stay on top. I learned that from my brother Benz, and I always kept that in my knowledge. Too cool, yeah, he too modest. She tryna give the size. Got it just like Menages, and I'm tryna give game. She chose, it ain't the same. He cold, I might be faded. I'm gone, but still ain't never break that code. I hit the studio, hit record. Fred, I spit that raw. If you was looking for it, you might find me. She wanted me to, too bad I can't. Remember, it's money over. Keep your family over. I'ma go hard for my family. I'ma go hard for my dog. Keep nothing but a honey. I'ma get this in my all. To a hater. For the city, show this out of ball. Let's get the money.
Hit the strip out the school, couldn't wait till I got out of class. Used to stare at the clock. Before all this rap, I was and doing. And I'm straight from the shop, but I ball like a king up in Cali and like Stojakovic. Keep applying that pressure, I go on the run. It ain't no letting up, ain't no stopping this. Had to tell my little brother to chill, gotta stay in the house, come outside. You ain't heard about us? Well, you need to go watch the news. Know we be dropping. Got the cause they think I'm the one who been banning them. I'm just focused on music. They say my last tape was a classic, but I got some hotter. I be rocking the show, or if I'm not up in the studio, I'm this cash off. Don't you know Polo G skinny tall with the dreads, he rapping his off. Yeah, I heard she got surgery, still wanna just to see if they go like hardwood rocks, we blast off. Try to throw us some.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Hi everyone, we welcome you to the NBA All-Star Game. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg.
And you know what? This is probably, Kevin, my favorite date on the NBA calendar. I mean, with the amazing collection of players we have here tonight, this year promises to be an epic event.
Absolutely.
Guys, it always is. I mean, the privilege of playing in this game means so much to every one of these players. I mean, being on this huge stage brings out the best in the NBA's biggest superstars.
Now a look at the West All-Stars starting lineup. LeBron James is out there with LeBron James. Then there's Robertson, and it's Durant, and it's Garnett in at the 5.
I love this event so much because it combines the world-class ability of these players with the freedom of the playground.
Yep, it's the greatest and certainly the most fun pickup game these players will ever play in.
Impressive fadeaway right there.
And no player in the league has done more to earn his spot in this game than he has. I mean, he's having a terrific season.
He sure is. Excellence on a consistent basis for him. I mean, he's been their rock all year.
And the basket is good.
And don't let the lean physique fool you. Kareem with the strength to finish through contact as well as anybody who's ever played.
And just about a minute into the first quarter.
And fans and celebrities alike have descended on this town for All-Star Week. There's been a bunch of fun events going on all over the place.
And Greg, it's like that every year. I mean, no matter what city is hosting, it becomes a mecca for everyone who wants to take in one of the greatest scenes in all of sports. Not only to watch the best players, but to be seen by the other stars in the crowd.
Yeah, and you got to respect the size McGrady has, easily seen over the defense there to spot the open man.
James outside. It's hauled in by the East All-Stars. Jordan, the pass to Stockton. Some solid defense there from KD.
Well, you know what? All good things must come to an end, and they finally miss after making their first 4.
Quick start here for the East All-Stars in this one. It's a 3-point game. And then Malone with the dunk.
That is all-star basketball at its best. The alley-oop run to perfection.
West All-Stars still look like they're getting going. Robertson outside. And so it looks like it'll be still with the West All-Stars. James outside. Floats it up for James. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
When the lob is in the right spot for him, LeBron is never going to miss a chance to do something special throwing it down.
Outside Jordan. Back to Stockton. Outside Jordan. Shot clock at 6. The East All-Stars need to get another shot. Shoots over KD, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Well, I think, as is always the case, the story of the game tonight won't have a lot to do with defense.
That's the way it always is. I mean, a half-court alley-oop or spectacular behind-the-back pass, that's exactly what the people want to see in this game.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, a nice shot by LeBron.
I know we never see a lot of defense in these games, but tonight we're not seeing any.
Simply call it a free-for-all. I mean, you want the guys to have fun out there, but it would be nice to see some effort put into the defensive end of the floor.
Now, here is McGrady. Pass to Stockton. Just 5 to shoot. And that one is stuffed right through.
Boy, I love watching Stockton share the ball. He does it with such aplomb. He's unselfish and always looking for the open man.
Robertson against Stockton. Back to Robertson. Now the pass to KD. Now here's LeBron. Off target with the open look.
Boy, defense non-existent there, but they catch a break as he whips it.
The basket counts, and one will go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
31.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
And the East All-Stars making a change here. Drexler's checked in, so an almost entirely new group now for the West. Chamberlain's checked in for Garnett. Duncan comes in for LeBron. Iverson's checked in for Kevin Durant. Nash is subbed in for Robertson. Here is Stockton after the made shot from Allen Iverson. Good, and the assist goes to James. Iverson's got his second basket of the night.
Not much in the way of defense being played here early on.
Well, you know how it works. I mean, both teams will be conserving their energy at the defensive end until later on. That's typically how this thing unfolds.
And the East All-Stars decide to take their first time out here.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
Big group substitution here for the East. Ewing's checked in for Abdul-Jabbar. Irving comes in for Malone. Hardaway's checked in for Michael Jordan. And it's Frazier in for John Stockton. Now here's Frazier. Outside Hardaway. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. The East All-Stars will keep it.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
you know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Here we go, one-on-one. Nash dishes to Iverson. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assist. Iverson's got 7 points.
You know, Nash is an excellent distributor, a phenomenal floor general, great at recognizing when his guys are open.
Hardaway kicks to Irving. A 3-ball. Gonna go that time. Now the West All-Stars the other way. Here's Nash. Here's Iverson. And Ewing sends it back.
Great at knowing when to time and go up for the rejection. Ewing, a superb defender.
And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Nash with no one around. Sinks the three-pointer.
Yeah, that kind of be pretty typical in this event. Second half may be a different story, but the first half, it's pretty soft.
Timeout called, East All-Stars.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
Michael Jordan, he's checked in for the East.
And, you know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
Now here's Jordan looking to end the run, and it's good on the way in. Jordan's got his second bucket.
I admire how quickly Jordan gets to the rim. I mean, excellent at slashing to the basket with a lot of force, too.
Here's Iverson, and Jordan sends it back. Michael Jordan on the wing. Sinks that one from the post. Jordan's got 6.
Got to give Jordan credit there. I mean, he's got a knack for making tough shots in the paint.
To the middle, here's Chamberlain, and it's Chamberlain finishing it off.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
High-octane action for sure. Crowd pleasing already.
Back to the action after this word. Welcome back to the second quarter of the main event of All-Star Weekend.
And you can see these players now starting to get into a rhythm. Should see a lot better flow to the game here in the second quarter.
That's usually the case. I mean, it takes some time to gel with your teammates at the All-Star game.
And the West All-Stars looking at who they've got. Duncan out there with Allen Iverson. Then it's Johnson. Then there's Chamberlain. And it's Nash in at the 1.
Love seeing Jordan use that extraordinary quickness to come up with the steals. An outstanding defensive player.
A little light on the fouls in terms of what's been called tonight. And that's usually the theme in this game.
I agree. I mean, the guys always play reasonably hard, but they don't necessarily play physically, if that makes any sense. The officials' jobs are usually pretty easy in this one.
And they double up Jordan. And on the way from Irving for 3. Oh, my, he'll go to the line with a chance for a 4-point play. Tim Duncan picks one up. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for the West. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the East All-Stars.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Hardaway with the steal. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Hardaway with the steal. And here's the fast break. Jordan leading the way.
Well, I tell you what, Penny Hardaway doing a nice job using that cat-like quickness and length to come up with the steal.
So the timeout taken here, the first for the West All-Stars.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Big group substitution here for the East. Abdul-Jabbar's checked in for Ewing. Malone comes in for Drexel. Frazier, he's checked in for Michael Jordan. And Stockton subbed in for Hardaway. The West All-Stars also changing it up. LeBron's checked in for Iverson. And it's Robertson in for Steve Nash. Robertson outside. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Nowitzki. Robertson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Stockton passes to Irving. Back to Stockton. Passes it to Irving. Malone trying to break free. And that one's good. Irving's got 6 in the quarter.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
The play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
And some changes here for the West All-Stars. Garnett comes in for Chamberlain. And it's Kevin Durant in for Magic Johnson. Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
Hey guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
When you've got the kind of game and shot Durant has, you don't lack for confidence. He is ready to catch and fire whenever he gets the opportunity.
Frazier outside. On the wing, Irving. Over LeBron. The East All-Stars tack on 2 more.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Here's Robertson. And it's Malone with the rebound. And here they go. And there's Stockton. That's good on the assist by Irving. And it's a 10-point East All-Star lead. Here's West now. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Three from Robertson. Rebound by the East All-Stars.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And then Oscar Robertson with the dunk.
And inefficient defense there, guys. If there's one thing you want to try and take away from Robertson, it's the dribble drive.
Stockton dishes to Frazier. Stockton draws the double. 3-pointer. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. It'll be the West All-Stars ball. James checked in for Dirk Nowitzki. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Malone against James. Uncovered. And that one off the back of the rim and in. James has got his first 2 points. Irving against James. Abdul-Jabbar trying to free himself up. And that one's good, Irving.
There are guys in this league with good body control. And then there's the doctor. He's at another level. Wow.
It's tipped. Durant feeling it out a bit. From outside, off the mark. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. Abdul-Jabbar with the bucket. Abdul-Jabbar's got the lead up to 10 now for the East All-Stars. There's 1:38 left in the first half of the game. Floats it up for James. It's stolen by Abdul-Jabbar. Malone against LeBron. Fires from 18. The East All-Stars tack on 2 more.
And Abdul-Jabbar has a sweet little mid-range, Jay, now. Can't sleep on that. Got to keep him from finding his rhythm from here.
Knocks it loose. And so it looks like it'll be still with the West All-Stars. Jordan, he's checked in for Frazier. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Duncan comes in for LeBron. And Allen Iverson subbed in for Robertson. Iverson, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to go on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I don't know if we've seen a tougher player pound for pound than Allen Iverson. Iverson. I mean, you can knock him around, but he's always going to bounce back up.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
55 seconds left in the first half. Abdul-Jabbar gets double teamed. Here's Malone, and denied. He sends it right off the glass.
And you know what? Defensively, both teams have picked it up as we've gotten a little deeper into this game.
A little more competitive fire and intensity being shown out there now.
Stockton passes to Malone. Outside Jordan. Over Iverson. Jordan with the bucket. Jordan's got 12.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Ball's knocked loose. Duncan, the pass to Iverson. And that one, good.
Boy, he's really been dominant in this one. Unfortunately, he hasn't had much help.
Here's Jordan. He's got 12. Here's Irving. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Jordan's got his third assist on the night. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome to halftime of the All-Star Game. You're watching some incredible talent. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Well, a great game so far, guys, but it appeared to be the East All-Stars who were having the most fun out there. And they're sitting on a nice advantage heading into the second half. The West may buckle down and get a little more serious as they try to cut into that lead after halftime.
Well, you never know what you're going to get out of this game. There's a lot of talent on the West side. Obviously, great shooters, great scorers. But the East is putting a whooping on them. I think they came over here and took the belt off my slats. Just a lot more physical, powerful athletes. They're showing what traditional Eastern Conference basketball is all about. Can I have my belt back?
Well, these guys come to the All-Star Weekend for the enjoyment of it. You know, but when the games start, it's really about shooting.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start.
And it's time to strap in as we get set to bring you the explosive action of the second half of the All-Star Game.
Yeah, and I'm looking for the temperature to start to rise here a little bit in the second half.
Yeah, I'm exactly with you there. I think we'll see a little less showmanship and a little more intensity from here on out.
And we welcome you back. The biggest stars of the league are putting on a show here at the All-Star Game.
And we're seeing some world-class basketball being played here tonight.
That's exactly what you'd expect coming from the absolute greatest players on the planet.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And so in the game for the East All-Stars, Malone is out there with Irving, and it's Malone, then there's John Stockton, and it's Jordan in at the shooting guard.
Yeah, Malone's strength can be intimidating. He's superb at scoring, even when the D is draped all over.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And the West All-Stars have possession. Down by 15. Robertson is double. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And so here are the West All-Stars. And the shot is good. LeBron's got 8.
Over the years, his catch-and-shoot jumper has gotten so much better. You can tell LeBron's really worked on that part of his game.
Oh, the lob to Irving. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
You love the vertical, the bounce, the ability to go up. And then the power combined with that on the flush. Man, Irving making it look easier than it is.
Here's KD. And it's Malone with the rebound. And they're pushing it up. Here's Stockton. Here's Irving. And the rejection by James.
Using his length and timing and bounce to perfection there. LeBron James, excellent shot block.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
And the East All-Stars call time here.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
Some changes here for the East. Ewing's checked in for Irving. Drexler comes in for Karl Malone. Hardaway is subbed in for John Stockton. Hardaway kicks to Drexler. Jordan against KD. The drive by Jordan and the dunk by Jordan.
You know, even when Jordan gets hit while penetrating, I mean, he just stays with it. Great stick-to-itiveness. You cannot corral this guy.
Poked away. Kicks it out to Malone. Here's Drexler, and Drexler throws it down.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
And LeBron throws it down.
Tell you what, if he's within shouting distance of the basket, he's going to get his buckets. You can count on that.
And here is Hardaway. Pass to Jordan. Clock at 6. And the rejection by James. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. So for the West, Chamberlain's checked in for Garnett. And it's Nowitzki in for James. And stolen by LeBron. Durant, the pass to Chamberlain. And Chamberlain with the stop.
Boy, that's an example of Durant's basketball IQ and awareness, both platinum level.
Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
The West All-Stars making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. And the West All-Stars with possession. It's a 13-point game. LeBron passes to Nowitzki. Here's Chamberlain. The kick out to LeBron. And at last, they get one to fall. LeBron's got his third basket of the night. Johnson against Jordan. Over Johnson. And it falls over the rim and in.
He is certainly a dominant player. Michael Jordan, when he's in the zone, unstoppable.
Johnson with it. Picked up by Malone. And here we go. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Malone's got 5 points now this quarter.
They're taking it right into the teeth of the defense, and it's a defense that's starting to look frustrated.
Well, they should be. I mean, it has not been a good performance for them at that end of the floor.
And here they come. Here's Chamberlain. East grabs the miss. Here's Ewing. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
And look at the big fella getting out and leading the break.
Yeah, doing some work in the open court. That's certainly a different aspect to his game, one that we haven't seen much of.
Johnson, wide open. He fires. Off target from three-point range. Here's Jordan. He's still out. Now he is 9 of 10.
And Jordan is simply amazing at finishing through contact. Doesn't matter what you throw at him or who, he finds a way to score.
LeBron with it. Hardaway picks him up. And they get it. And Ewing with the block. And he gets it back. LeBron's shot is good.
And And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
Michael Jordan on the wing. He's guarded by Johnson. Here's Jordan. He clangs that one off the back iron and down it falls. Jordan's got 20 points. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the East All-Stars.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
But also, they put the offense on its heel. Look at the number of steals they've been able to get. And that's something they also can take great pride in.
We've seen Michael Jordan really having a great game.
And he's in a complete groove right now. I don't think they can stop him altogether, but they at least need to make him work a little harder than he has been.
Big group substitution here for the East. Abdul-Jabbar's checked in for Malone. Walton comes in for Patrick Ewing. Tracy McGrady's checked in for Clyde Drexler. And it's Frazier in for Hardaway. Then for the West All-Stars, Duncan, he's checked in for Nowitzki. Iverson comes in for Magic Johnson. Nash is subbed in for Robertson. Chamberlain with the block.
Man, what a well-coordinated athlete at his size. To add that superior timing, hard to get shots over Wilt Chamberlain.
Jordan against James. No good from Jordan.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just lets Jason miss on it.
Bangs home the trifecta. Jordan's got 11 in the second half.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Nash, again, the West All-Star.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
Walton dishes to Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Oh, Jordan is something to watch slamming home the ball, man. This guy is really strong. He does it with force.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And so it's the East All-Star, holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll return shortly. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
Well, we're back on a night that's always a highlight of any NBA season. We're live from the All-Star game.
And, you know, you always look forward to this game, and this one certainly has lived up to the billing so far.
There is not another show in sports quite like the NBA All-Star game, is there?
On the court for the West All-Stars, getting the fourth quarter going. They've got Nash. He's out there with Allen Iverson. Chamberlain is out there with LeBron James. And it's Pettit in the power forward. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to go on Bill Walton. Clark, a simple way to let the players be heard were the phrases they had on the backs of their jerseys in the Orlando bubble.
Yeah, I love the creativity of that, Kevin. Again, players being proactive and desiring to use the platform they've been given through basketball and their particular brand to speak to issues that resonate with them, issues of inequality and racial injustice, and to do so in a way that was unique and yet appropriate, I think is a win-win. I really do. Now, the conversation and slogans are important as a part of agitation, but now it's a matter of targeted, strategic action that can be carried out, not just by players in the league, but by all of us in our own circles of influence to effectuate change and make our world a bit better than we found it.
Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for Chamberlain.
Well, when you watch MJ, Michael Jordan, the championship mentality is obvious. He gives his team everything he has to win games, and then some.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. And James throws it down.
You know, Garnett is a willing passer, especially when one of his guys has a clean look.
James has gone a perfect 5 for 5 from the field. James against Jordan. Over James. The shot's good from Jordan. Jordan's got 7 now in this quarter.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
And so it looks like it'll be still with the West All-Stars. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. And they double up Iverson and wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Game continues to evolve, Greg. Any changes in particular that you do not like?
That's a great question. You know, I'd like to see the replay review streamlined a little bit better. I wouldn't mind a touch more physicality being allowed in the game, but as much as we tend to complain, the one thing I have learned is if you're honest, you go back, we always complain. I don't care what the era is. Nobody's ever truly happy, and I'm not going to spend all my time worrying about that stuff right now. I'm just going to enjoy the game that we are all so fortunate enough to be able to watch.
Totally agree.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, offensively, they've just been rolling. Impossible to stop.
Carries it from three-point range.
I think we're all aware of Durant's in the gym range as a shooter. I mean, seriously, I don't think there's a shot he can't make.
Timeout called, East All-Stars.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major or it could be just a slight tweak.
New players in now for the East. Magic Johnson, he checked in for the West. KD's gotten it done so far from the field tonight, making 4 of his 6 attempts. Stockton outside, pass to Ewing. Double team on Ewing, over Garnett. A nice shot by Ewing.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their play.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Inside, and finished off by KD.
Boy, a dynamic wing with freakish length. Durant is the ideal alley-oop target.
Stockton passes to Irving. And Clark, because of COVID, the timeline for this season has been altered. Are you ready for more summer basketball?
And I tell you what, Kevin, I'm not sure. I've always been a proponent of the season being shorter at the NBA level. I know it's impossible. The toothpaste is out of the tube in terms of obligations on the media front. But I think the league would be better served starting a little bit later, ending sooner. If summer basketball has to happen at the NBA level, I would hope it's the last time we have to do deep summer basketball. I think it's more of a winter sport that trickles into the late spring versus being a summer game at the pro level. And Pettit is a force on both ends, an incredible scorer, who also is an incredible rebounder.
Catching up on changes for the West. Nowitzki comes in for Kevin Garnett, and it's Robertson in for LeBron. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Johnson against Hardaway. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
And just blew it off the dribble. Great length to finish, and Hardaway attacking now with purpose.
And the West All-Stars have possession. Here's Durant, and Ewing sends it back. Here's Nowitzki. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Nowitzki's got his first points of the game. Now here's Hardaway. He kicks it to Stockton. Malone trying to break free, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Nowitzki. James checked in for the West. 1:49 left in the game. Just 3 to shoot. Shoots from the elbow, and it's good. 2 points. Hardaway's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, I think he shot the ball well, guys, but I don't think he shot it enough. The more shots he gets from here on out, the more they'll stretch out this lead.
There's 1:40 left in the fourth quarter. And there's the pass to Nowitzki. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Yeah, I like that. Confidence and power on display by Nowitzki there. Even when the defense is bumping him and making it tough, he stays right with it.
Well, we know the TV networks have brought more revenue, Greg, to the NBA. The expectation is for another bump when they renegotiate in 2023.
You know, at the same time, though, Kevin, with all the cord cutters out there, the league looking to make the game more accessible to those fans. I expect that to be a big part of this next deal.
Right, on your tablet, smartphone, or your computer. Johnson, the pass to Pettit. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the East All-Stars. Dishes to Ewing. Back to Irving. Three-pointer. Good once again. That makes it 8 for 9 this game.
He is on some kind of roll. Julius Irving making it pop.
Nowitzki left side. Shoots over Ewing. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. James against Stockton.
You have got to be kidding.
Talk about taking things into your own hands.
Yeah, he wanted credit for the basket and the assist on that one.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Stockton. Over to the left wing. The dish to Hardaway. On the clock. He's whistled for the 5-second back to the basket violation. Now Robertson. So it's the East All-Stars winning this one easily.
And guys, while the result and the bragging rights go to the East, this was truly a night that belonged to the fans. I mean, it was another great showcase of the world-class talent across the NBA.
It seems to get better and better every year, doesn't it, Greg? Huh? So fun to watch. It was certainly a fun evening. We thank all of you for joining us and watching with us. For Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We'll see you again next time.